Hello and welcome everyone. This time I'll be on the lookout for a little variety with a pistol. I guess Connie Holzer clearly wasn't paying attention during the last mission, and thinks I'm pretty good with a handgun. She wants me to travel to the Petershain Cornfields and harvest 3 different species of animals with a handgun. For this, I'll be returning to the Petershain Cornfields from a previous mission. This area is 3 large cornfields surrounded by forests on all sides, with a variety of animals passing through. So the only real requirements is that I'm within the highlighted area, get my kills with a handgun, and each kill has to be a different species from the others. Otherwise, it can be any animal I find at any time of day. I can target animals in need zones I've already discovered, or I can check at different times to see what I can come up with. I'll pay special attention to the area around the hunting structure, and be ready to improvise if an opportunity comes my way. This is also a perfect mission to use the bait feeders with, but the DLC wasn't out yet when I tried, so I had to do it the old-fashioned way. Since I can take a wide range of animals, I'll be sure to bring a loadout that covers as many classes as possible. But Vanilla doesn't have a Class 1 pistol, so I grabbed the Anderson 22 from the Weapon Pack 3 DLC. Then the Focoso 357 for classes 2 through 6, and the Sunberg 454 for classes 4 through 9. I'll also include a variety of colors to lure my prey in close, as most pistols work best at 50 meters or less. The sun was just starting to come up when I began the mission. With the wind blowing to the east, I chose to fast travel to the Petershain outpost. I already had a variety of need zones in the area, but wanted to check it out at different times of day to see what might be around, hoping to find something decent. I headed west down the trail and through the trees to get to the cornfields. And from there I found a good variety to choose from. For easier access to the area and a cheap place to reset the time, I placed a tent at the southern end of the fields. But in all the time I spent rummaging around the fields, the only one worth going after was a level 7 red deer, who seemed to be simply passing through. But since any animal of any level would do, and not many high rollers to choose from, I began to lower my standards to accommodate the mission. My first harvest ended up being a moment of opportunity. I was wandering around the hunting structure in the late afternoon, looking for animals in need zones there. It was a pheasant out in the open field and not far off. Knowing that I might have a good chance to catch up with him, I decided to see if I could flush him. I held my fire until he was in the air for full integrity. My third shot made contact, but I got distracted when a second pheasant crossed in front of me too. But I've never been terribly accurate with a 22 pistol, so after a couple extra Hail Marys, I went to go check on the first one. My first harvest is a common-colored but beautiful-looking white-brown rooster, scoring silver at 12.97. My third shot with the Anderson 22 just clipped him in the wing, taking him down at 60 meters. With one animal down, I moved on to my next target. In an effort to find that level 7 red deer, I decided to investigate a zone I had found previously. To do so, I needed to reset the time, so I headed to the nearby tent before hiking back to the field. And just as I returned to the cornfields, I caught a warning call. I checked the herd, but no dice with the level 7. As I settled in to decide my next move, I spotted a fallow buck feeding in the distance. I let the red deer herd pass me by before making a move on the fallow buck. I had a row of brush between me and him, so I snuck my way in to find a place to post up. But it's been a while since I last hunted fallow, and almost got busted on the way in as I forgot how good their eyesight could be. I finally found a cozy spot in the brush, but he was too far away to take a shot with a pistol, so I hauled out the antler rattler to see if I could coax him in. He seemed to be a bit uneasy about me being there. Thankfully, though, I tried another call and his curiosity got the best of him. And I dropped him in his tracks. My second harvest for the mission is a dark-colored silver fallow, scoring 152.85. The Sunberg is a bit overpowered for a Class 4 animal, but still passes the harvest check, so I had no problem taking him down with a shot to the left lung at 43 meters. I continued my search for the level 7 red deer, and in hopes that lightning would strike in the same place twice, I returned to where I had originally spotted him in the field. But it turned out to be a fairly quiet morning. After keeping a sharp eye overlooking the fields, I suspected he wasn't going to show up today. But my curiosity renewed a bit when I saw something moving on the other side of the cornfield. I moved up slightly and was able to ID the fox as a level 5 male. Being one of my favorite animals to go after with a pistol, I decided to give it a try. He had now settled into his feed zone in the field, so I hung back in the brush and tried the predator jackrabbit collar. And slowly but surely, he began coming in. I kept swapping out the collar for the rangefinder, waiting for him to get close enough for the 357. Once he was within 50 meters, I took the shot. My third and final harvest is a nice orange-colored male, scoring silver at 9.06. The Ficoso 357 pulled through for me again, getting through his shoulder and into both lungs at 34 meters. With my last animal out of the way, I completed the mission. I was a little surprised I couldn't find any higher-scoring animals, but I guess I found them all the first time I came through. It's still a great location and right in the middle of the map, so I plan to return another day and maybe finally track down that level 7 red deer. If you found this video helpful, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Conni 7 will begin testing my skills with a bow, all while hunting for some deer. Thanks for watching.